Hi guys, so this is my analysis update on Polkadot. What am I expecting on Polkadot? If you watched my previous analysis on Polkadot, I said I was expecting Polkadot to get to my -27% fib level, which is the 5.1826 around that area. And my reason was because of, we can see there was this engulfing candle right here, and I said there's a possibility for it to come up to retest around my 61.8% fib level. And the reason was because of, we can see there was a break of structure around this area right here, so there's a possibility for it to come back there before we now continue to push to the downside. And my target was around this level, which is also a fib level and also a touch of a trend line. Then I said when we get to this right here, then that would we will have to wait for us to know what next is going to happen. So because that has been done already, I'm just going to remove this previous analysis and see what we are working on based on this current price action. So we can see, if I go to a bigger time frame, we can see that we are currently on a downtrend, right? We can see that it's currently around this trend line right here, and we can see the trend line anytime price gets to that line, we reject. We can see a first rejection, a secondary rejection, and this is the third rejection as well. So there's a possibility that we're gonna continue to push to the downside as of right now. That's a possibility I'm saying. And we can see that we see this big rejection around this trend line, and if I draw a zone around that area, you can see that the zone around this area also shows that whenever we get to that zone, there's always a rejection based on the price action. As you can see right around here, rejection, right? You can see here, we can see here as well. So we can see based on that, we can see multiple rejection around this area. So there's a possibility for it to continue to push to the downside. So I'm expecting a push to the downside as of right now based on what we are seeing right around this level. So I'm going to go to a smaller time frame just to see what we are working on right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a fib from point A to B right here, just to show us what we are currently looking at right here. So we can see, right, I can also see that we can draw a trend line right here too, just to show that we're currently on a downtrend. I can draw a fib trend line here just to show, right? So what am I expecting right now, right? There's a possibility for us to still push up a little bit to touch this trend line before we now continue to push to the downside, because overall I'm seeing a down move right now, right? That's a possibility. So, and because if I draw a mini trend line as well here, we can see based on this mini trend line, we can call this a first touch, a second touch, a third touch, then a possible zoom to the upside before we now continue to the downside. So based on that, I think and you know, my target is always my -27% fib level, which is down there. So I'm just gonna say there's a possibility for it to come up here, then touch down. That's what I'm looking at right now. So there's a possibility for it to get to this line right here, which is also my 38.2% fib level right here, before we now continue to push to the downside, which is my target. So that is what I am saying on Polkadot, guys. So we just have to be a little bit more patient to see what we're going to do So when it gets to this level right, if it gets to this level right here, we might be seeing a lot of rejections, then we'll continue to push the downside. And if not, we'll prefer to at least come down, break this trend line right here, retest, and we can take an entry around that area before we now push to the downside. So that's my quick thought on Polkadot. I hope this is insightful. If you find it insightful, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll see you in my next analysis. Thank you for watching.